Almost live. What's up, everybody? Justin Benton here, Christopher Voss. We are tuning in. It is the big week. It is finally here. One connection away. The masterclass of masterclasses. We've kind of lost our mind because we're just giving all of our secrets away. We're giving all the insights away. We're telling all the stories. We're just giving. Because as we've seen, when we apply these principles that we've learned, it has had such an amazing impact on our lives and those that we've helped, that we want to give it and watch you run with it and see what you can do with it. So by Christmas, you're talking with your Tony Robbins, your Oprah Winfrey, your Warren Buffett, your whoever is your dream one. And then by 2023, you are doing business and scaling and having the impact that you want to have. So welcome, Christopher. It's good to see you again. I know we're going to go live twice today and twice tomorrow, and we're going to go live on Wednesday. And then the big one connection away that you still have to go sign up for, it's the only way you can get on there, is on Wednesday at 4:00. So welcome, Christopher. How are you?
Hey, glad to be here. And, so what we were talking about before, and I'm going to tease everyone because they're not going to know what we're talking about. I just got a Voxer back, which is kind of cool. So we'll have to talk about it in the green room afterwards. But yeah, one connection away. I mean, you are one connection away from it doesn't matter who you want to connect with on this earth. Now, Justin, I'm going to say, I know there's people that believe that there are beings that are off of, we have other galaxies. I mean, I don't want to get all woo crazy on this, but we know that there's a lot of other space out there, and just we know there's got to be some other people out there other than us. I mean, whatever. But so
definitely,
if you want to connect,
we know there's got to be something.
There's got to be. If you want to connect to a piece of bacteria and Mars, Justin and I will help you get that one connection, and we'll get you connected to the people that will get you to Mars. Elon Musk, it has a mission to populate other planets so that if something happens to Earth, we got another place we can go. So maybe Elon Musk is the person that someone wants to connect with so they can connect to that bacteria that you mentioned of in Mars. But I want to tell you, so before I got on here, Justin, I had a client, an ROR client that reached out to me and sent me a screenshot. And this screenshot was a screenshot of a Facebook message that he received from his one connection. And I'm not going to name drop right here, but if you come to the masterclass on Wednesday, I think it would be appropriate for us to share this with those that attend. If you made a list of, man, here's a whole bunch of people I want to be connected with, and who's one person that can connect me to that whole group, this person would be the one connection. So I messaged my client, hey, what's up, guys? I see you dropping some comments in here. Fabio, this person is one connection away from a whole huge group of people. So my client is super excited. They got a message. And so this is what we're going to do for all of you. This is what Justin and I are talking and sharing, is getting you connected with that person that is that one connection away from changing your life and changing your business. And that's what we're going to do for everybody.
Heck yeah. And it's this Wednesday, 4:00 Pacific, 7:00 Eastern. We are going live. We're sharing all the secrets, all the stories. We're going to name drop, not for our own egos and sake, but we're going to name drop for you so you can hear all these incredible stories that you will not believe. You will be like, you're kidding. Them, you got connected with them. And so again, getting connected is fun. And I have a buddy of mine, been in his world, Steve Sims. He does these connections for like experiences, like literally like Elon or Elton John and things like that, which is cool, right? And that's fun. But in order to have that kind of experience, you got to have a lot of bread, because it isn't cheap to go hang out with Elon or hang out with Elton or any of that. So what we want to do is we want to show you the system that will actually allow you to scale your business so you can obviously have maximum impact and be totally financially free and live your absolute life the way you want to live it. And then if you want to go blow a bunch of money on yourself or have some crazy experiences in life, depending upon what your love language is, then you can. And that's really what this is about. I know that, Christopher and I are cut from the same cloth, and we connected through Clubhouse, and we've been, collaborating and working together for years now. And, it was an opportunity that we saw that we should share this with the world, because we've had so many successes and we want to just give these secrets away. But you got to go to One Connection Away. Put some more people up here. We got to go to oneconnectionaway.com to get signed up. And right now it is free. So we're going to do a masterclass. We're going to have speakers. We're going to have celebrities. We're going to have influencers. We're going to have movers and shakers. We're going to have us. And you're going to want to make sure you have a full notepad and a nice, maybe a couple of backup pens. And you're writing all this stuff down, because we're going to tell you what works and what doesn't work. And if you want to maybe tease a little bit of that, Christopher, fire away.
You know, there's a lot of things you say, things, you know, things that work and things that don't work. And one of the things we're going to run through a lot too is there is a lot of things that you don't want to do. And a lot of people are like, you know, how does someone know that I'm being authentic? You know, when I reach out to these people, don't a ton of people reach out to these people already? And so how am I going to stand apart from everyone else that's reaching out to these people? And how do I stand out? But what do I say? What do I do? How do I make it, you know, I don't want to seem like a fan. And, you know, people, you know, here's the thing, these connections and these dream contacts of yours, they don't, of course they want fans. I mean, everyone likes to have a following, but here's the thing, take your heroes and turn them into your friends. Because here's the thing, friends elevate and help friends. And that's one of the biggest things I've learned is this network that Justin has been able to build, this network that I've been able to build. It's great to be able to open that Rolodex of people when you have an issue or a problem that you're trying to solve in your life or your business. If you've got a launch that you're going to do, you've got a product that's coming out, and you're like, man, I wish I could handpick some people to help me launch this product. Who would those people be? Well, when you already have those connections and those relationships, see, a lot of people wait. They wait until they have a product or service. They wait until they have something to run with. And that's totally wrong. And so one of the things you don't want to do is don't wait. Build your network now. Build those connections now. And they, you know, Mark Victor Hansen said, and this isn't just his line, but he says, you know, I heard him say this, that your network equals your net worth. And who you're connected with, who's connected with you, who you love, who loves you, that wonderful word called reciprocity is people are wired within their DNA to return favors. And so you can take your heroes and turn them into your friends. And there's a step-by-step process that we're going to teach you to do. And it starts with one small thing. And then it moves to the next and the next and the next. And if you follow these steps, you will have success yourself with getting people to recognize you and getting people to respond to you. And the number one way to be authentic, you know, that word authenticity is thrown around a ton, but the one way to be authentic is to be different than everybody else. And so what you're going to learn when you come to when you sign up for oneconnectionaway.com, please go there and sign up. Because like Justin said, he told me before we got on here that he hasn't put in the charge part. So right now you can sign up for free. Go sign up, because when you come on Wednesday, we're going to share with you things that you can do on your own where you can make these connections, that you can be different from everybody else. Because trust me, there's a certain way that you don't want to do it. And that way you don't want to do. And we're going to tell you, don't do this because this is what everybody else does. And then you seem like a fan. And, you know, they want followers. Of course, everyone's trying to increase their followings, but they want people that they know care for them and want to serve them first. And so one thing, if you're watching right now and you want to write this down, lead with service, lead with care, lead with gratitude. Let these individuals know what you're grateful for about them and what they've done in your life. And people can know the difference between just making something up because you're just trying to get someone's attention or connect with them, or if authentically they've touched you. And so here's Justin, I'll share this with everyone. You need to follow these individuals. You need to learn as much as you can about these individuals. You need to know what their values are, what's important to them, what isn't important to them. And it's just like dating. You know, when I was courting my wife, my sweet wife, Jennifer, I learned everything I could about where she grew up, where she was, where we was from, what her favorite color is, what her favorite flower is, what her favorite candy is, what her favorite food is. I mean, I dove in and found out everything I could about her, because that's when I interacted with her, when I did things with her, I was able to do things that were important to her. Here's something else that you guys can write down that you're watching right now. Everyone knows the golden rule, right? The golden rule is do unto others as you would want to be treated. But there's something better. And this is called the platinum rule. And the platinum rule is do unto others as how they would want to be treated. And that's the biggest thing that people miss, is find out as much as you can about this individual. And some people say this feels kind of creepy because I'm digging into their lives and I'm finding things about them, but you have to get to know them. And there's an old movie called Ghost, and he had passed away. And then Whoopi Goldberg played this spiritual person that could connect with people that were dead. And so if you remember in that movie, he jumped into Whoopi Goldberg. You guys remember that part of that movie? And he jumped into her, and then he could see through Whoopi's eyes the world, and then he could communicate with his girlfriend, I think girlfriend, maybe wife, that he had a relationship with. And so literally, you want to jump into people's lives like him jumping into Whoopi Goldberg, so that you can see through their eyes and you can see what they're focused on, what's important to them. Because whether it be Oprah Winfrey, Warren Buffett, Ed Milet, I mean, think of some of the Brendan Bouchard, think of some of the biggest influencers out there that are literally changing the world with their messages. How well do you know them? And the great thing about it is nowadays with the digital world, we have so many things that we can get our hands on. There's so many different ways that we can research individuals and we can learn things about them. But the biggest way to get information and learn things about individuals is go past the surface. And we're going to go into this more deeper, but you want to look beyond the surface. Look deep into the background. Look beyond the stuff that everyone just sees right up front. And when you do that, when you look past, you'll be able to start to see some things. Hey, Patrick, glad to have you on here, my friend.
Oh, my love. little Righteous Brothers.
Perfect.
I love this movie. I was in 8th grade when it came out. I remember going to the movies. Yeah.
And this movie has one of the scariest parts when those black Grim Reapers come out of the shadows to drag the bad people away. And you know what?
Yeah. my music's going crazy on me right now.
Justin and I we want to help you avoid being dragged away. I mean, because literally you can make someone feel so uncomfortable that they don't want anything to do with you. I mean, you just, oh my word, I need to stay away from this person. And so anyway, we're going to teach you how to make it so that someone doesn't be like, oh, I need to go take a shower. I just feel from this person reaching out to me, to where, I mean, wouldn't it be the best day in the world for you if your dream contact, that one connection, sent you a Voxer, sent you a Facebook message, sent you a DM over Instagram, called your cell phone? Justin, how many times have you had it where you answer your phone and it's this really big person that you're like, oh my word, in your mind, you're like, how'd you get my phone number? But they searched out you. I mean, I've gotten phone calls like that, and it's a great day because you're like, wow, I'm one connection away from a whole ton of people because this person reached out to me. So I'm sorry, but I kind of threw up on everyone that's watching this. I have 9 kids, so I got a point over here. So everything ties into something kind of happening with your children. So sorry I used the word throw up, but I just kind of really threw up on everyone here watching live. But I'm just trying to give you guys value so that you can see I do this for a living. This is my business. I'm in the business of helping people connect with others, and I do a really good job at it. And Justin, and I just want to say this, a plug for Justin. Justin and I met in club. We were clubbing together. Him and I were clubbing. We were clubbing in Clubhouse, 2:00 in the morning. I'm in my closet. Glenn Morshower starts sharing something, and I start crying, and I'm feeling all emotionally moved. And I'm in I'm literally in my closet in my bedroom crying, sharing something about I was trying to get over a hurdle in my life and business. And I got Ken Walls there and Justin and Glenn Morshower and all these amazing people. And so that's where Justin and I met. But Justin is an absolutely incredible connector. I mean, it's a way of thinking. And so here's the thing. You got Justin Benson who thinks this way. You got Christopher Voss who thinks this way. And Justin and Christopher Voss are going to let you get into our melons to see how we think like this so that you can do this too. And so Justin called me up and was like, hey, Christopher, I got this idea. I want to help people get connected with their dream one. And I'm like, you had me at, well, I don't know. What was the first thing you said? I don't know. You had me at hello. You can start playing that. You can start playing a quote from Jerry Maguire.
You know.
So I kind of threw up on everybody there. Yeah. Show me the connection. Go on, let's do it together.
Yeah. Show me the connection. Well, and again, and you know, Glenn Morshower, who may show up, he's on studio somewhere on set, but he talks a lot about return on a relationship capital, and you have obviously the Return on Relationship University and an amazing program, and for me, you know, a lot of people can look at their business, or they can look at their bank account, or they can look at certain things. But when push comes to shove, money is just a resource, and it's something that you trade for things that you want. And so there are some things that you just simply cannot buy. Yep. And a genuine relationship is one of those things. And we could have the whole masterclass could literally just be telling people what not to do. You know what I mean? I mean, because you've seen it all. I mean, and I mean, you go and you help all these people, and you've seen people butcher their opportunity, and their opportunity falls into their lap. Like whether it's they own a URL that was the perfect URL, and they mess it up. And I know you could go on and on and on about, you know, what we're going to teach you is how to turn the head of your one connection. Whoever it is. I mean, think big. And the last time we went live, Christopher was like, when your head hits the pillow, who is the biggest of the big? And that's the first step. You got to figure out who's the one person that would absolutely change my life, my business, my family, my just, you know, livelihood. If I could get a meeting with them and they were genuinely interested in what I did, because I know that they've got the platform, they've got the audience, and I've got the perfect thing for them and for their audience. I just need to have that one meeting. Like with Shark Tank, you know, all those sharks, do you think they sit there and listen to the person and they look at the numbers and before they buy? No. They already have established networks. They already have distribution channels. So when someone talks about a product that might be a clothing line, that's when Damon John would be like, oh, dude, this is my guy, right? And so, but if they talked about something like a snuggly blanket or something that didn't apply to his clothing line, then he doesn't even listen to the numbers. He doesn't even listen to the story. And that's what it is. We're getting you your Shark Tank moment, teaching you how to do it and how not to do it. And all you got to do is go to oneconnectionaway.com, get signed up for free. We're going to go live at 4:00 on Wednesday, and it is free. And next time it won't be free. I promise you that. Because we're going to do this again, but this first one is going to be free. I did get the merchant accounts working on 2.0. Nice. But I'm still keeping it free for everybody. Just for this first one, we'll be doing it again, and it won't be free. And at some point too, we might not be able to take any more people or help any more people. But this one, we're going to give it all away and make sure that you know what to do and what not to do when you get that one connection that changes your business forever. And all we ask in return is that when you get your one connection, and we can continue to help you after the masterclass, is that you share it with the world. Share with the world what that one connection meant to your business, so others can be inspired to figure out a way to get in front of their one dream connection as well.
You know, you work your way. They say work your way in or buy your way in. And what we're going to teach you is to do both. That's what's great. You can work your way in and buy your way in, and working your way in and buying your way in. There's a specific way to do that. And there's a wrong way to do it. And if you combine those two things, if you work your way in and buy your way in, I mean, holy cow, if I had $1 for every time someone told me about, I mean, masterminds are great. I'm not knocking masterminds. Masterminds are great. People pay 10, 20, 30, 70, 80, 100, 150. I mean, people spend a lot of money to participate in a mastermind. But here's the beautiful thing. Those you're watching right now, create your own mastermind. Create your own circle of network of people and continue to spend money on joining these masterminds and participating in them, because that gives you access to that group of people that are in there. But what if you had your own little access group of people that you could go to anytime? And that's what's great about it, is build your network, create your own inner circle of people, or your own mastermind of people, in addition to participating in all these other ones. It's very important, but create your own. And so work your way in or buy your way in. There's a specific way that you can do that. And we're going to teach you how to do those two things. And Justin, I talked about this last time, and it's my soundbite. And I want to say it again because it's worth repeating. Everyone looks at opportunities like doors. You know, door number 1, door number 2, door number 3, everything in life. Opportunities. And people are like, oh, what about luck? Preparation, luck is when preparation and opportunity meet. That's what luck is. And so your preparation is learning how to get your one connection. And that's going to open up those opportunities. And so think of a door and how that door opens and what opportunity that gives your life or your business. Well, doors swing on hinges. And you've got this big, heavy door, and you've got these 2 to 3 hinges that are very small, and that supports the weight of that door. That's what connects it to the jamb and allows it to be able to swing. And those hinges, you've got that door of opportunity, and those hinges are relationships. Everything in life and business swings on hinges, and those hinges are relationship. Everything in life and business comes down to relationships. Who loves you, who you love, who you're connected with. And so we're going to teach you how to have the strongest, the best relationships out there, so that those hinges will just blow doors of opportunity open. Just swing them open. And when those doors of opportunity open, Justin, one thing we're going to teach them too as well is what to do. When that door of opportunity opens, a lot of people say, well, what do I do next? What do I do now? My client reached out to me this morning and said, I got a message back from this person. They just thanked me for what I did for them. What do I do next? And then they were like foot on the gas. I'm like, whoa, pump the brakes just a second. Like Justin, you said, we got them to turn their head. Okay, what do we do next? We're going to tell you what you can do next. So this is, I mean, literally, Justin, me and you could talk about this for like 24 hours, nonstop.
Well, we're only scheduled for 4, which I'm sure we'll go over 4 because that's the way we are. And we're going to have speakers, cool speakers, surprise speakers. We're doing a lot of things in the background to make sure that all those cool people show up and share some of their connection stories and just share some of their insights. But again, the main thing that we ask of you, 2 things. 1, go sign up. Who are you kidding? You can't hear about this any other way. Hear the real stories with the real names. And I promise you, there isn't a name that's too big that we're going to be talking about. And the second thing that we ask is that you figure out who that dream one is. And chances are you probably already know who it is. But maybe you're not thinking big enough. So think about the one. I mean, if it is Tony Robbins, or if it is Oprah Winfrey, or if it is Elon Musk, I mean, Jeff Bezos. I mean, who is the one that if you were, let's just say you were sitting at like a dinner party, and you happened to be sitting next to him, and you had a little bit of small talk, and you found a common language. And that's really what we're talking about here in this new world. And there's some old school things that we teach and some new school things that we teach. You have that opportunity to sit next to somebody virtually in a dinner party and find common interests, find common values, just like you would if you were sitting next to them. Well, chances are you're not going to find yourself sitting next to Jeff Bezos anytime soon. But with technology and with old school ways of handwritten letters and messages and things like that, you can find those common values, those common interests. Look, for guys, sometimes it's really easy. Like if you find another guy who's into sports or a sport that you like baseball or football or basketball or wrestling, and that's it. I mean, that's immediate connection, and you've got an encyclopedia of information that you can talk with, and now you're talking the same language. And so that's what we're going to teach you, these little ways of how do I make a connection with someone 3,000 miles away who has no idea who I am. But you're going to figure out how to anticipate their needs to get them what is their biggest win. And if you deliver a huge win for them, and that's what Russell did for 10 years with Tony Robbins.
Yep.
And it worked. That's how I met Russell, and that's how millions of us met Russell, was when he went into Tony Robbins' book funnel and for Expert Secrets, and then it went on to Mastermind. And because of that, that's how I got to know Russell. And it took him 10 years. And what we want to do is bottle all that up into 4 hours, teach it to you, and send you on your way so you can do it in less than a month.
Yeah, 10. I mean, I joked with Russell. I'm like, I wish you would have known me a while ago, because it wouldn't have taken, 10. Still, if you ask Russell today, that was totally worth it for him. I mean, Russell shared an amazing story at my symposium we had last year about how critical one relationship was, that relationship with Tony Robbins, and how important it was, and the impact that it had on one of his dear friends and mentors. And that's the key thing about it is you take all these connections that you have and you bring them together and you start stacking them up on top of each other. Then you really begin to see the power of this and how you can bring this person. And this is one thing that Justin's really great at, much better than me. I mean, that's why Justin and I working together is great. I mean, the connection and getting people's attention and being the Alex Hitchens of the world, which those of you who've seen the movie Hitch. So I'm the Alex Hitchens. We got to come up with a character for you, but Justin's good at like, okay, let's take this person and let's take this person and let's bring them together. And let's look at the power and magnitude that we can do by bringing these two people together. And so that's why you're taking Justin's world and Christopher's world, and we're bringing these together. And literally, it's like peas and carrots. Notice I watch a lot of movies. We've got Forrest Gump, we've got Ghost, we've got Hitch. But literally, how these two things go together, you can literally write your own ticket in life. There is nothing that can stop you when you have this network of power. And there's nothing wrong with a lot of people like, well, I kind of feel guilty. I'm reaching out to this person because I have something that I want. There's nothing wrong with that. You can begin with the end in mind. Stephen Covey says, begin with the end in mind with everything that you do. That's no problem. But how you get there, how you make that person feel. So Maya Angelou has a great quote, and maybe this will be our wrap up, Justin, but she says, people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. And that's what we're going to teach you, is we're going to teach you how you can make someone feel so incredible and so amazing and so warm that they will never, ever forget that. And that's the key thing. Create an emotional response in this individual, who it be. And if it's the bacteria on Mars and we got to reach out to Elon Musk so you can be a part of that whole thing, boom, we're on board. But that was I really like that bacteria thing, Justin, that you came up with. That was, if there's aliens that you want to reach out to, we'll find the number one guy that talks to aliens in the United States, and we will get you connected with that individual. No, we're getting crazy.
We specialize here on planet Earth, but we're open for the challenge. There's that James Webb telescopes out there. You never know. We'll give it a shot. We'll talk to James or James's family and figure out a way to. You need to do what you need to do, and that's come up with your dream one. You let us do what we do, which is get you connected and show you how to do it. And there isn't anybody too big, not in this new world. Now, maybe 50 years ago, it would have been a lot harder. But now you can talk to anybody, turn anybody's head, and it doesn't have to take 10 years, and it doesn't have to take $10 million to do it. buy a ticket on a plane ride to the moon or whatever. But we want to show you these secrets so you can have maximum impact on your business. Look, we're both a couple of good-hearted, giving, wonderful people that actually care. And we have the secrets and the gifts. So I know that there's people out there right now. And speaking of wonderful, giving, loving people, there's Turner Lessler on there. And he was on the original calls back in Clubhouse with us too. And Turner's the man. He runs the show over there at ClickFunnels for the affiliate networks. And you want to talk about somebody who knows something about connections and networking, we might have to have Turner come on as well.
Can I toot his horn too? I mean, can I show some love? Can I do some love on this Turner Leslie?
Yes, please.
Yeah. This guy right up there, that name you see up there. Hey guys, this is going on. Yeah, thank you. You're awesome. Turner Leslie is a guy that gets it too. And that's why he has the position that he has at ClickFunnels. That's why ClickFunnels relies upon him to do what he does and work his magic. And that's what's great. Turner unlocks doors. And yeah, I think it's a good idea. Maybe we should have him, we should figure out, Turner, we're going to figure out how to get you to maybe make a guest appearance, because you definitely, as a guy, but Turner, you're amazing. And thanks for being on here, buddy. And congratulations for everything that you got going on. Turner's on this health and wellness journey, and he's just killing it. He's doing absolutely amazing. And if you don't follow Turner, definitely follow him. And he is one of the most present dads that I know on this planet. He's just super awesome. So Turner,
well, I just sent him a link to come join us on right now. So if he doesn't have his hands full with his beautiful baby boy that's just started walking, then come join us. We'll throw you on here real quick and tell us what you're up to, Turner. So
he might be on a power walk or working a steak or a brisket on his Traeger.
Oh yeah, he's a smoking fool like me. I'm a grill master myself. But I remember, and again, because we're talking about March 2020 hit, and Turner, I sent you a link to your Facebook Messenger. So if that's where the link is, you're going to jump on. If you can jump on, we'll probably be here a couple more minutes. But and so it was Clubhouse, and March 12th, 2020 hit. The whole world stopped spinning. Everything shifted. I had to shift from physical to the virtual, and that's where we met on Clubhouse. And that's when that's when this amazing opportunity opened up, where you could immediately have access. Because I know, like we were talking about Grant Cardone earlier, he was on I think he's still on Clubhouse. It's not as wild and crazy as it was, but now you have these opportunities to like Facebook Messenger. I was not checking my Facebook before March of 2020. To me, it was a social app. And so I didn't use it. And I didn't see the value in it. It's from a business point. Same thing with Instagram. But when the world stopped spinning, we all went to these social media platforms to communicate and to socialize, because we couldn't physically be with each other. So now this whole world has shifted to this new normal. And now you can have conversations with people in a matter of days that you couldn't have dreamed of having conversations. Like, for example, even Tony Robbins, he sometimes is harder to get a hold of and turn ahead than the president. But now with the way that the world's set up, it's a phone call here. It's let me do an introduction there, and that opportunity can happen. And if you know that you have a great product, or you have a great service, or you have a great calling, and if it's Tony, and you know that if you could just sit next to him at a dinner party and have him ask you, so what do you do? Tell me about yourself. And him actually want to know, that would change everything. Not only because Tony's looking for great ideas. He's doing 6 or 7 billion a year, but he's got about 100 companies that he runs. He's always looking for the right fit for him. And if you're that right fit, we want to teach you all the secrets so you can have that virtual dinner party with Tony Robbins.
Lewis Howes didn't end up doing an interview on Tony's Global Express jet just because he was a nice dude. He worked his way in and bought his way in with Tony Robbins. And it ended up with, I think he did 2 interviews on, whoops, there we go. You still there?
Yeah.
All my screens just went, I don't know what happened, but I'm still here. Wow.
That's right. We're giving away too much secrets. We're breaking the internet.
Yeah, we're breaking the internet. But it was just because he was a nice guy. I'm sure there's a lot of things that he went through. And to have that opportunity to sit across from Tony Robbins and say, hey, tell me about what you do. Tell me about your business. Tell me how I can help you. I mean, Justin, we both know what people are going for is to hear those magic words. Please let me know if there's ever anything I can do for you. And one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of people make, write this down if you're watching, be ready. Write down the words, be ready, exclamation point. Be ready. Because when someone says those magic words, well, oh, okay, you know what? Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll get back to you. Let you know when I have something you can help me with. Be ready. And I'm going to share this story on Wednesday, Justin. I actually had someone send me a message and said, Christopher, if you don't let me know how I can help you, I'm going to unfriend you and I'm going to stop returning your texts. So one thing is it can't be one-sided. There has to be reciprocity. There has to be action going on both ends, because if it's not, then it's all one-sided and it's lopsided. And so be ready, right? Be ready. Draw a line underneath that. When someone says to you, hey, what can I do for you? Be ready to ask them something. And Justin, he is amazing at this. Justin, you've shared with me some experiences where I'm like, wow, you asked that? He's like, I sure did. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I'm like, you're a great example on knowing when to ask. Mark Victor Hansen wrote a great book called Ask. That changed my life forever. And you got to be ready to ask. You got to be willing to ask. But before you ask, you need to have that relationship established first. We're going to show you how to do that so you can do the ask. So this is exciting. I've never been more excited. Like another movie. I'm so excited. I'm so surprised. Eddie.
Here's our song.
There we go.
Better be ready, because we're going to get you connected with your dream one. And it's on you to make sure that when you get connected, that you're ready to ask the thing that you're ready to ask so your business can scale.
Bingo. Love it. Love it. Justin, it's just awesome to be able to do this with you. I can't wait. People's lives are going to be changed. Yours will. Don't miss this on Wednesday. Don't miss the opportunity, because here's two guys that I've been doing this my whole life. I've been doing this since I was a kid. My mom is the one that taught me how to build relationships. I'll share that story. I'm alive today. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a relationship. I would be dead. My wife would be alone, and my kids would be fatherless if it wasn't for a relationship. And so this stuff, we're not just talking about business stuff. We're talking about life. There's a period of time in your life, and all of us have witnessed it. How many times on Facebook in the last 3 months have you seen someone melt down online in front of the world and are public and said, it's my friends, it's my relationships that got me through. That's what got me through that hard time. So we're not just talking about business. We're talking about life too as well. And there's going to be a period of time in your life, we all have it, where you need someone to have your back and to help you and be able to extend a hand and pull you up. Everything swinges on relationships. So I'm excited. Justin, oneconnectionaway.com. He's got it up on the screen.
Go there before we break the internet again. And actually your boy Wallace Nelson was on here earlier. So he's been tuning into it. That helped with your health journey. And here's the thing.
Wallace saved my life. Wallace Nelson saved Christopher Voss's life. And I would never want Wallace, sorry to interrupt you, Justin, but Russell Brunson, I never would have met Wallace Nelson if I didn't build a relationship with Russell Brunson. Russell Brunson is my ground zero in my digital marketing world and my business. And if I never would have taken the time to build a relationship with Russell Brunson, I never would have met his dear friend, Wallace Nelson, and that wouldn't have saved my life. So if this isn't important, I don't know what else is. I didn't mean to interrupt you, buddy, but you mentioned Wallace Nelson, and I want to be able to say his name.
Yeah.
That guy's amazing. He's got some cool stuff going on right now with Vitavore. Check it out.
Is he a wrestler?
Wallace is not a wrestler.
Okay.
And you know what? If he was, and I said he wasn't, he's going to be mad at me because I should know that. But no, I mean, so when you say, are you a wrestler? I mean, we're like a wrestling family. So we're like deep into it. You walk into our house, it smells like a wrestling mat. probably. Russell, if he's watching this, he totally appreciate that, because there's a certain smell. Wrestling, your kids wrestle. There's a smell in your house when you have wrestlers.
Yep.
But no,
I remember.
yeah. Anyway, but yeah, Wallace, super cool dude. Looks like Turner's probably tied up and can't hop on with us. Did he say? Okay.
I didn't look. I can double check.
Yeah, take a peek. And maybe he said
something. Let's see here. Hey, brother, eating some lunch, but would love to another time. There you go. He's having lunch with his beautiful family. So we'll have him on. We'll have him on next time, because we're going to be on again at 4:00 Pacific today. Coming, and maybe we'll have some more guests like Turner. And the one thing that I was going to say before we go, and you could see how easy it's going to be for us to fill up 4 hours, is that from having this, we all want to scale our businesses and we all want to have this impact, which is great and wonderful. But like I said earlier, money is just a resource.
Yep.
And like again, Forrest Gump. We go back to the movies. Lieutenant Dan sent Forrest a envelope, and it had a little apple bit out of it, and there was a little note and letter in the letter, and it said, Forrest said, "Well, I guess we don't have to worry about money anymore." And a lot of us, that financial freedom is what we're after. But what's more important than the financial freedom to live the life way you want, the lifestyle, and show your kids how to live their lives and things like that. But what's even more important, I would argue, is that when something comes up in life, specifically a health challenge or some type of crisis comes up in life, and you've got a couple extra $1 million just sitting in the bank or sitting in an investment account, and you have access to help your family or a dear friend or someone that there's an absolute emergency, and the only way that this person is going to bounce back or to get back into good health is like the absolute best of the best healthcare, and not having to worry about what PPP program or anything like that you qualify for. So it's always best, you can look at like, oh, they just care about money, and a lot of people can. And we've been conditioned that way to think negatively about money. And that's not true. It's abundance. We're supposed to be here in our life to live our full life the way we believe. But what's even more important is that if a loved one or a friend or someone is in a desperate situation, and because you've unlocked these secrets to scale your business, and you have done this amazing thing with your business, which is what we're teaching, is it's now that business and those resources can help yourself, help your family, your children, your parents, make sure that their quality of life is absolutely what they deserve. So again, it's a spiritual game that we're playing here. Both Christopher and I are both God-fearing men, and we want to teach you something that has changed our lives, and we want to have as much of an impact as we can, because we don't want to take these secrets to the grave with us. We want to share them with you so you can meet that dream one person, have that virtual dinner party. Heck, maybe you'll have a dinner party, a conversation with these people, and scale your business, your life, and just to have the life that you want. So again, Christopher, thanks so much for making time for me. We're going to be back at 4:00 Pacific, 7:00 Eastern. We're going to do this again. Do you have anything else, final words, Christopher?
I'm just going to share this. I forgot to share this out on my profile, so I will do that when I get off with you. And awesome. Let's share tonight. Jim Edwards, a dear friend of mine, Jim Edwards, who's in this community that Jess and people know who he is. His story you talked about funds. I mean, the money that he had and the money he's made in his business allowed him to be able to donate products so that save the life of a family member on a tour in the military. And we can share that one tonight. That's an incredible story. And that totally brings home what you just said. Just really story after story after story after story after story. And those of you who are watching this, there's so many shiny objects out there. And this is not a shiny object. This is not the next shiny object that you need to focus on. OneConnectionAway.com. This is not a shiny object. This is something that you must be doing, because it is life altering, business altering. It's not the next thing that you need to be focused on, and then you're going to focus on something else.
Squirrel.
This has to be, squirrel. I mean, it's like, no, I teach my students, this is part of your daily routine. This is part of, it's like breathing and eating and exercising for Justin. And same thing for me. So we'll see you tonight. We're going to be on again tonight, and go to oneconnectionaway.com. I almost said one funnel away.
Go to onefunnelaway.com too. That's great training. That's one of my favorites. Best $100 you'll ever spend.
Go to One Connection.
Hold on. No.
Go to oneconnectionaway.com. Join us on Wednesday. You got the two best dudes out there that know how to do this, and doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what industry you're in. You don't have to be a digital marketer. You can be a brick and mortar business. You want to blow doors open, opportunity open if you're a brick and mortar business. If you're a sales boots on the ground person, you're watching this, you need to be a part of this. If you're alive, if you don't have a business, you should be a part of this, because your network of people, you're going to need someone's help someday. You're going to want to reach out to that bacteria on Mars someday.
Absolutely. And all I ask is to share this out and invite your friends. And if you got someone on mind that you think should be there, make sure you invite them to find us. Go get signed up at One Connection Away. We're going to give away all the secrets, all the stories, all the real name drops are going to happen on Wednesday at 4:00. But yeah, show up. If you come back by 4:00 Pacific tonight, your fun work assignment is have someone in mind that you want to connect with, your dream one, top of the list. And we might even pick somebody from the audience to share who their dream one is. And we'll give you our insights of how to turn the head to them for free. And last thing before we go is we are going to pick a name, a random name from someone who does sign up for free. And we are going to actually do that on the masterclass at Wednesday at 4:00 Pacific, 7:00 Eastern, One Connection Away. We are going to pick a name from somebody, random name, and have them share their dream one. And we're going to show them how to do it and even help them get their dream one connection for them for free. So I don't know. Maybe we need to charge a couple $100,000 so people will be, okay, get serious. But at the end of the day, we're doing this for free to give it away. And we're just so happy that you got a chance to swing by. This is your opportunity to get connected with your dream one. And Christopher, thank you, my friend, my brother from another mother. And I can't wait to see you in a few hours.
Yes.
And go pick up the kids from school. I know I got to do the same. And we will be back at 4:00 Pacific, 7:00 Eastern tonight, wherever you live stream, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, wherever. So thanks again for swinging by. And Christopher, thanks for being the man that you are, brother.
Thanks, buddy. Same to you, man. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll see you. We'll be on again tonight. See you Wednesday.